Hello and welcome to this discussion of the Wire. Today we'll be talking about the political controversy that has erupted over the Union government's purchase of 36 Rafale fighter jets from a French company, Dassault Aviation. We have with us the founding editor of The Wire, Mr. M.K.Venu. But before I come on to questions, let me explain to our audience what the deal was about and what the controversy is about. The Congress, for the first time, has named Reliance in the controversy as a beneficiary of the deal. Rahul Gandhi and a range of Congress leaders since the last 2 days have been talking about how Reliance, Anil Ambani owned Reliance Defence Limited has benefited from the Union government's purchase of 36 fighter jets from this French company. The story goes back to 2007 when UPA signed a contract with this French company to purchase 126 Rafale aircrafts, and out of which 18 aircrafts were to be purchased from the French company directly in a flyaway condition, in a ready condition that is, and 108 the rest 108 of the jets were to be built by an Indian public sector unit, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, through a transfer of technology. So the Dassault Aviation was to transfer its technology to HAL, which in turn would produce this or manufacture these 108 fighter jets. But come 2014, this Modi government came to power, and in his first visit to France, he announced that not 126 but 36 fighter jets would be purchased directly from Dassault, and will be all of them will be purchased in a ready condition, in a flyaway condition, and the 126 the previous deal was scrapped, and HAL was nowhere in the picture. The transfer of technology would not happen, and this new deal came at almost double the price of what UPA had negotiated, and this is what the Congress is making a hue and cry over after the deal, 2 years after the deal was signed. Why the Congress is raking up the issue right now? Because the Congress says that the deal was the final deal was signed only in 2016, and they took some time to gather all the information, and they see severe cronyism in the deal, because not HAL but Dassault has entered into a joint venture with Reliance Defence Limited this time and is kind of undertaking all the offset obligations which HAL used to have in the previous deal. And this is the main crux of the story. So, Venu, what do you think? What is the political? Why do you think that this is the first time an opposition leader is taking on BJP by naming Modi government and as kind of benefiting one particular businessman, which is Reliance?
You're right, Ajay. This is the first time that the opposition leader, Rahul Gandhi himself, is leveling the charge of cronyism against this government, against BJP. And this is a very specific charge. And mind you, this charge comes because the beneficiary of the changed Rafale deal. See, the earlier deal was scrapped, right? Now, the earlier deal was, as you said, HAL was supposed to, which is a public sector company, and HAL was supposed to do the technology transfer and manufacture the remaining, besides the one that would come in flyaway condition. So far there is no explanation forthcoming on why was the earlier deal scrapped. So the question is being raised as to why a public sector company was thrown out and a private sector company was brought in. And this private sector company, mind you, is also a subject of investigation by the DRI for over-invoicing of the imports of coal, power equipment. Now, a company which is, and this group also owes public sector banks, a lot of debt, unpaid dues. One of the biggest dues to public sector banks is from this group.
From Reliance.
From Reliance, from the Anil Ambani group. So people are raising this question as to why would a government reward such a group with a captive defense contract.
Yes.
Mind you, there is no controversy over the efficacy of the fighter jet. It is a good.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good aircraft. It's very capable. It has very good capabilities in line with modern technology. The only question that I think Congress is raising is why was this company chosen when this company...
Why was Reliance chosen?
Why was Reliance chosen, and they don't have a previous record of having done any defense manufacturing, executing defense manufacturing facility. And more so when this company is so deeply in debt, so deeply, and some of the group companies are going bankrupt. Couldn't they have chosen a better company? Couldn't they have invited tenders? I think the larger point, Ajay, is that India is going to buy about maybe $60-70 billion worth of defense equipment in the next 7-10 years.
10 years.
Now, all this is, and this is a captive business, and all this is going to just 4-5 companies. And I also noticed that there are other corporate groups also who have been investigated by DRI for over invoicing of power equipment, etc. Investigation is still on. Some of them have got defense contracts.
Exactly. Yes.
So this is where cronyism comes in. Why is this government? Why can't this government find other cleaner groups to execute this?
In fact, most
execute this Make in India and defense project.
No, exactly what the Congress is raising actually. Congress is raising 3 points. One, that they are claiming that they had purchased those jets for around 600 crores or 550 crores, and Modi government is purchasing
1,500 crores. Actually, it's 3 times. You said twice. Actually, it's 3 times.
It's 3 times.
So this government has not explained, accountability. Government should have told the citizens. See, we are all concerned about our national security, and these aircrafts will enhance our defense preparedness vis-a-vis China or Pakistan. It's a fact. Nobody is quarreling with that. But this government has been so, I would even go to the extent of saying, arrogant, that they don't want to be transparent. They don't think it is necessary to be transparent.
Yes.
They've still not explained why is it that the earlier deal with the same Rafale had one aircraft costing 530 crores thereabout, and under the new deal the same aircraft costs 1,500 crore. Now I've heard some murmurs saying that the two are different. In this case there will be more features. But what are these features? Please tell us. What are these new features which are being added in the aircraft fighter jet under the new deal, which entails such a huge jump?
No, in fact,
from 500 crore to 1,500 crore.
In fact,
per aircraft,
more than 1,500 crores
per aircraft.
In fact, and exactly what the Congress is claiming. Congress is saying that we had a better deal with 2 things: with transfer of technology and empowerment and capacitation of a public sector unit. And here you don't have those things, and together with the joint venture which has undertaken the offset obligations, Reliance and Dassault together, the whole cost comes to 60,000 crores for 36 jets. So which is almost 3 times as you suggested. So but as defense and analyst Ajay Shukla has kind of calculated, then that the 2 new features in the new deal will be some added security measures and which is capable of kind of taking on the
do a better job than
but even those technology also does not warrant a price of 1,600 crores per jet.
That's what we need to know that. See, we are not, Ajay, let's face it, we are not technical experts, but at least it is the government's responsibility to explain to the people what their own in-house technical experts say, what is their view, or independent technical experts say. We want to know, we want an independent assessment of what is it that that the new aircraft, as opposed to the earlier deal, the new aircraft additionally gives us, which has increased the cost of the per aircraft 3 times. So, but so far this is completely mired in ambiguity. Nobody's coming forward to tell us, and it's a well-known fact that even at that time the defense minister, it seemed, was not in the loop about this deal, new deal.
And Congress is also saying that when Modi went to France, so Anil Ambani accompanied him, but not the defense minister. And Modi unilaterally announced the purchase of 36 and scrapped the old deal. And purchase of 36 aircrafts in the presence of Anil Ambani and not the defense minister or the defense secretary. And all in the last 2 days, when the political controversy has erupted, all the BJP has said is has maintained a very conspicuous silence. They have claimed that these are baseless allegations, but have not come up with a factual rejoinder. It's this kind of silence which, and in fact, so in this whole thing, the role of how Hindustan Aeronautics Limited would have benefited from the deal is completely blanked out. The Modi government, do you think they should answer why HAL was not empowered, especially when he's talking so much about Make in India?
Absolutely. Ajoy, it's only in recent years that Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has come into its own. It has refined over the years, its capabilities in building the Tejas fighter jet aircraft, which is now being acclaimed as a success story for HAL. So why not, this is a question that every right-thinking Indian citizen would ask, why not then further enhance HAL's capability? Let HAL do the job, which has a track record, which has produced Tejas, and what has this private sector company done?
As you said, it's inexperience.
It has no experience, and this question will be uppermost in people's mind. And the other thing that people will be curious about is that the group, Anil Ambani group, by their own admission, is undergoing, some of the big companies, group companies are undergoing or likely to undergo bankruptcy procedures. They owe public sector banks close to 1 lakh crore of loans. Now, I'm wondering, assuming that they do this project, if they have to get money for this project or loans for this project, will the public sector banks be able to lend to a group which is already in default, because it will have to go through all other kinds of RBI guidelines, whether the RBI guidelines will clear those things, fresh loans to this group. Now, these are all future questions, but then they do, these are logical questions that occur to us.
Individuals in fact rely to get any sort of loans, they rely a lot on credit scores, but it seems that Modi government doesn't.
Whereas Hindustan Aeronautics Limited would readily get money from the global market. All they have to do is float bonds.
It has much bigger infrastructure.
No, it has much greater creditworthiness.
So, my final question to you is that, do you see a larger pattern of cronyism where you have already talked about how 4 or 5 defaulting companies have been landing all the major deals?
Do you
think that there is a pattern to it under this?
I suspect. I mean, I cannot understand the logic behind the next 10 years of India's defense purchases and those defense equipment being made in India under Make in India project, just arbitrarily being just handed to 5-6 groups, and what is the basis? Maybe some of those groups may have had past experience of manufacturing parts of sophisticated defense equipment, but most of them have no experience at all. And as I said, a few of them are currently being investigated by the DRI, government's own investigation agencies for over invoicing of imports, which is linked to money laundering, etc., which Prashant Bhushan has filed a case in the Supreme Court. Now, if these are the companies which are being entrusted with India's future defense capabilities or ensuring future capabilities, well, there is a risk. That's all I can say.
So, not 126, the Indian government would finally get only 36 fighter jets now, and none of it has reached India now, which Manohar Parrikar, the then defense minister, had said that all these 36 fighter jets would land in India in 2 years, but not even one not even one has come to India right now, and defense experts say that it will take at least 6 years for all these jets to come to India. And so only 36, and as the Congress claims, we don't know the truth unless BJP comes clean on it. But it's right now, it seems a very unfavorable deal, which may also compromise our national security. This is it for us. Thank you for watching.